What's this? Oh, fuck off. Oh, go fuck yourself. Hello? Oh, you fuck me.
Oh, Jesus.
Holy fuck. Holy shit
I heard
myself.
you coming up. Come on in here.
Jesus Christ. I'm glad to see you guys.
Oh my God, for sure.
The guys about?
We ran into the insurgency. Told us to come by the embassy. We said we might. They let us go.
I have
lots
of news.
Interesting.
Have you spoke to Gideon or Jack recently?
No, not personally.
No.
Right, so obviously, Rusty, I saw you up at Story R.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came down and like trying to come to terms with everything that was going on. And on my run down, just to pass some time, I turned on the radio and it was Spud's broadcast. And funnily enough, he was doing a thing on heroes to villains. And it just brought back a bit sort of raw memory. It was... he threw some
okay.
Anyway, long story short, I ended up overhearing an insurgent talking to the Fireflies, to Stella. And he was trying to spin that Jack, who is a woodsman, shot and killed 3 of the clowns. Now, from what I hear through yourself, Rusty, who was there, and I've spoken to Sam, that's not quite accurate. That he took his armband off and said that he was going to join the insurgents. And anyway, so I interrupted this.
Are we on quiet voices in here, are we?
Yeah, I am, yeah. So I overheard this, and I interrupted, and I went, whoa, hang on, this is Woodsman DREDD. That's not what happened. Stop spreading rubbish, and told the actual story to Stella. And Tino lost his shit on the radio. And his exact words were, hang on, I'm just trying to remember what he said. Give me 2 seconds, I'll put them in my notes somewhere. So yeah, so when Jack left, he then contacted the insurgents, and the insurgents, said, no, your time at the Woodsman has only just begun. You need to side with Gideon and attack them from the inside. So Gideon and Jack were found yesterday in their armbands up here by Sam and Mufasa.
Interesting.
So there seemed to be an insurgency plant from what I've found out and corroborated with multiple stories.
Wait, who's an insurgency plant?
So as in, obviously we know about Jack and Gideon. That Jack said he was going, but he's now running around as a woodsman. Apparently. He was here yesterday in his woodsman getup.
Okay.
According to Sam,
He had his armband
on.
It didn't used to, that's for damn sure.
What doesn't work? Like what do you mean?
You can't leave. You can't leave and then come back. And I'm not the leader. You drop your armband. And say you're joining the insurgency. You're not allowed back. Yeah, that's where it used to work.
So
but Gideon's boss.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. And the insurgents from Tino made it clear to Jack, go back and team up with Gideon. Your time has only just fucking started with the Woodsman.
Right. So basically, the Woodsman have blown up the clowns and shot the clowns. Then, as it stands.
Well, that's what he tried to tell. That's what he tried to tell Stella. But then I obviously interjected and says, whoa, that's not what happened. From what I hear from multiple sources. And I think Stella sort of heard it. Because she even started saying, look, we need to speak to Jack and find out why he did it. You know, and stuff like that. We need to speak to him and find out exactly what's happening. And that's when I interjected into the radio.
You want to use this, Rusty?
I'll go down to the cooking spot.
But when I spoke to Sam and Mufasa yesterday, they were like, you really need to speak to Jack and Gideon yourself. Now, obviously, I haven't been able to track them down. I did hear that Jack had been holding up in an apartment on the edge of Electro. But then I hear yesterday he was running around with his armband on. And that was from Sam and Mufasa, so they've got no reason to lie.
Oh, no, not at all.
No, absolutely. No, I believe it. I intimated as such just as we were coming up here. Rusty and I were talking, and I was like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they're all just jamming back there, hanging out at the embassy.
Well, I've been to the embassy.
Eating mackerel.
Yeah, I slept there last night because I wasn't sure where to go. I had no home. Right. And the code has changed on the door, but not by much. So I didn't know if that was
door?
The one into the main room. But it's only changed by like a couple of numbers. So I wasn't sure if that was you guys, or if it was just a mistake.
No, that might have been when they put it on. Sometimes when you put it on, it does a little double click. If it's only one number, right?
Okay.
It sometimes happens.
Car.
Oh, that's interesting. Starting up.
So yeah, I don't know what to believe anymore, to be honest.
Ugh. Well, it sounds like they're trying to force us to become part of the insurgency.
Well, so the Tino was very
related.
much like, you need to speak to Gideon and Jack, and that, you know, the Woodsman used to be very different. Now, pretty much told him if that's the way they're going, then I will no longer be a Woodsman. That's all I signed up for. I'm not really interested in that jazz, honestly. Yeah. But I've had an amazing 2 days up north and find out all the goss and speaking to Spud for like half an hour.
They're now going to let us in. They're now going to let us in. Oh, thank you.
Hello.
Thank you. Hello. We've got something if we can leave. Oh, good lord. You extend. What a fantastic erection you've got here.
Oh my god, we did. Rusty,
okay.
before you like run off, here, your stuff. I'll also have your Mosin if you want me to grab it.
I've got one. No, I've got one. Thank you. We've got something. Can we?
I did. Yeah.
Thank them at all for what went on, because it looked as bad as it was. If you know what I mean.
Yelled. Yeah, but Worm yelled at the clowns and saying don't shoot you, but they did anyway.
And I don't blame them.
Yeah,
I don't blame them at all.
Given the circumstances.
I mean, the only thing that I kind of blame them for is that they were fucking rude, and I know they didn't understand my feelings when I saw you like knocked down on the ground. It was basically just me, them, all the clowns, and we're all real mad. That was kind of ridiculous. But, oh well.
Yeah, we were hoping you could hold on to this for us. Found it in a helicopter.
I'm gonna put it upstairs. Make sure to
Thank you so much.
So.
But were you guys able to speak to maybe to Gideon?
Nope.
No. No, we spoke to his buddies though.
Yeah, Tino and Harry, as we were on our run.
Really? Did you spoke to them on the radio or just like face to face?
In person.
No, they were following us like snakes in the grass. You know how they do.
Mm-hmm.
But I did speak to Tino yesterday after I spoke to you. He had lots of interesting things to say.
basically
kinda
that we need to
crazy.
go talk. We need to go talk to Gideon, and we started setting up a little annex for people to so that we can continue doing woodsman work at a piano house that's nearby there, nearby the
One by
embassy.
Hillitree, you know, by Hillitree, there's that piano house, literally over the wall.
Oh, was that you guys?
They must have been.
I just
Yeah.
went past there.
They must have. They must have been watching us, and then we ran. You know, we got as far as we could with that, and we ran to go get more, see what we could find. And they stopped us on our way, and said we have a home. We need to go back to the embassy and talk to Gideon. And it's
Yeah,
interesting
so-
that they
Gideon-
invited us back to the embassy.
Yeah. Gideon wasn't there when I was there about half an hour ago.
Well, they said he was there when we saw them.
we
but
went past.
we were like,
Right,
yeah, maybe
right.
we will. Maybe we will
Mhm.
at some point. But they let us go.
Well-
They didn't even shake us down.
There's some more of those for.
We did.
Oh,
We did
thanks.
speak to Gideon. He came by here.
What Gideon
said
and
he
Jack
was-
did yesterday.
Yeah, they did stop by. It seemed normal. Well, Gideon
It
still was
does.
wearing the mask. And
Yeah.
Foss was pressing him about why he was wearing the mask, but he never really gave an answer. But he did tell me, like, or us, that but they still stand, like, kind of for what the Woodsman stand for. Just without, you know, giving stuff to Blackthorn and
But
the clowns and whatnot. That's
but
what
he
said.
knows we don't do that. That's the thing, you know. So
Yeah.
when he says, I don't mean to, you know, get angry or anything, but he knows where we stand. He knows
Yeah.
that, you know, and he's got nothing. You know, we've got nothing to apologise for. You know, they've obviously got something on him, or he, you know, with Lucas Parson, he's obviously not the same. So that will have some emotional impact. I understand that, but
Yeah.
he's not when he's, you know. For me, we're not. To do what he says is not what the Woodsman do, in my personal opinion. So, you know, I'm not leaving the Woodsman unless he kicks me out. It's right if I light this and cook this up before it goes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. There's like
Yeah.
other stuff we need to cook up as well, so free.
I think I dropped that venison with those pants I switched into. That's where it went. I just figured it out.
But so it's not the same Gideon that, you know, we know or I know. Now he does sound quite normal, but you start pressing him on, what should we do if they don't leave? You know, and he gets, well, you know, we don't. But you know, he's making out that we are dealing with them when we're not dealing with them. You know, we're not. And if we have done, or if we are, it's our business. You know, I'm just fed up with people trying to dictate to us how we survive.
So,
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, that's kind of the thing that we kind of kept unsettled us as well. You know, like the narrative that they keep pushing. You know, and we can of course agree to certain aspects of, you know, what they're
Yes.
saying, but
100%.
not like everything. Like we discussed before, right? Like we can agree on certain aspects, and we do, but yeah, I totally get what you're seeing, and especially when Mufasa tried to press him on wearing, you know, the blast mask. Like he didn't really have an answer for him. He refused to really answer him because Mufasa kept asking like, how are you wearing that scarf or whatever it's called, you know, that fucking thing, and yeah, he wouldn't answer. Just didn't do it. He kept rattling on the other things and the fact that we're friends, we're family, but never gave him really an answer.
Yeah.
yeah.
So we're carrying on. They say in that little piano house. It's not going to be anything major, but it's going to be somewhere where we're going to try to keep the shelters stocked. We're not going to put much in there because
Do you guys need a portal for that?
well, we need to find nails and stuff. We're just going to fill up the. Thanks though. We're going to fill up the
Shelters.
Shelters and just see how it goes. You know, we're not. But to be honest, it's not going to take much to have that as fortified as the embassy is. That's as crazy as it sounds. You know, with the layers, the different layers. You can have this backpack. Let me put them there. Oh, there's. I didn't use all the wood. There's some disinfectant there as well.
Is there anything else you guys need? Like, are you guys back way home? Like, what do you need?
The Serrani girl's email address.
Oh.
or pictures, you know, if you've got any.
Unfortunately, that's not the one thing I can give to you.
Let me drop this.
So Sam, remember we were talking yesterday, and you said that Jack and Gideon came round. Just to double check, did Jack have his armband on?
They both had, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I just wanted to confirm. I wasn't sure if I'd misheard, so I just wanted to double check.
You saw him
No,
drop
they
his
did.
armband right when everything went down.
He did, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
How are you doing, Rusty? That day was wild.
Well,
You know, seeing all that.
I mean, and you know, and they're obviously selling it, obviously, because when we saw Tino, he said, well, Jack said that Sam got shot twice. Well, you did, you know, when they were trying to get you to go fishing, you know, and it did happen, you know, it did happen, but
Yeah.
and they did shoot John the janitor when they went to break his leg, and they did blow up Spud with a claymore, you know, and like for me, I don't blame them for gunning me down, because of if you woke up and saw 3 clowns or heard 3 clowns had been shot by Woodsman, because now, you know, regardless of my personal view that, well, it seems to be a personal view, not the actual group's view, as in the background, that normally you drop your armband, you leave, you're not welcome back. So clearly that's not the case. So now the Woodsman have blown up the clowns, and the Woodsman have shot 3 clowns.
And I caught Tino
And
on the radio yesterday telling Stella from the Fireflies that that's how it went down, that he was a Woodsman. I did interject and say that's not what happened. He took his armband off, and that he'd been spun lies from the insurgents. But
Yeah, I mean, if you want me to vouch for you guys, I can go up there to the Fireflies. I haven't gone to them yet.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go up there. Well, at some point we'll go through.
Ah, okay, good.
Again, so as it stands now, you know, because you know, the Woodsman, or you know, Gideon's the leader, and so the Woodsman have now gone down.
well, he is at the moment. That doesn't mean he is for forever.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm not, you know, I can't make, you know, I can't make anybody leave. Or,
No,
you know,
of course.
get rid of him if the boss is, you know, happy that he's running with the armband, he's happy he's running with the armband. But we're exactly where they want us to be.
I just worry
You might wanna-
that Jack's now back,
You might wanna.
and that's going to give the name that the Woodsman did it. And it looks plain and simple that he's a plant.
Absolutely.
He's a plant. He's there bidding on behalf of Harry Churches, and you know.
So what I do know is that the guys they're mostly back at the embassy, for what I understood. So if you hang around that area, you might run into them and have a serious conversation with them, like how to go further. Because no matter what, y'all are still Woodsman. You guys are still wearing
At the
armband,
moment.
and they are. At the
Yeah,
moment, yes. But
I've
we
got
still
a
need to have a
thing.
conversation.
I've got a brilliant plan. We become Woodsman 2 and wear Union Jack flags instead of the American flag.
I'm down for that. I'm down for that.
Get this piece of shit off my
Oh,
arm.
Would you
No, I'm
mind?
joking.
Would you mind terribly if I took a piece of chicken here?
There is so much food here. Like, fill your bags,
Okay.
please.
Think.
There's more food over there. Like, take anything that you want or can carry, either for
Oh, thank
yourself or for other people. There is enough. Yes.
I appreciate it.
Well, okay. I'm gonna make sure this thing is being put in a safe place. But you guys also make sure that if you need anything, you want to, come by.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Like I say, we're going to be set up down there. I'm in no rush to go back to the embassy if that's the mentality that the group essentially. I don't know how many that includes though. When I say the group, clearly it's Jack and Gideon at the moment, and I don't like making assumptions. And it's the fact that they, they've just fallen into the black thought, that we're not helping Blackthorn. We never helped them, They've just believed what the narrative has been pushed out, but we never did.
Yeah.
Or if we did, it was for a reason, for a purpose. It's not something that is a regular occurrence like anybody, but we're supposed to deny access to particular groups. Well, that's not what because what if if we're going down to the line on it, you were on that list. Your group was on that list as one of the bad groups
at the top of the list.
Yeah,
that they gave.
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
Which is absurd.
It's just
that's
so
all.
unenforceable as well. Like, someone washes up, how are you supposed to know? And how easy would it be for Harry to turn around and say, "Well, I saw someone from BTG in there," and then it all starts again.
Yep.
It's just crazy.
We just got it. We have to shake everyone
It's
down.
all it takes.
Tie everybody up. Make them feel like criminals when they come in off the coast, and give them 20 questions, and then we'll give them 2 pieces of fish. Ridiculous.
And expect
Absolutely
something
absurd.
in return, and turn into the groups that Harry's trying to stop. It's just crazy. It's nonsensical.
Right.
I had a really interesting conversation with Spud yesterday on the radio. He was doing a bit on what was it again? Heroes versus villains, and how the turn and the thin line between. And we got onto the message, the talking about Harry Churches, and it was that thing of, he was a hero in these lands. From what I hear, I don't know that far back, but he's turning into the villain, and he's turning into the groups that he hit. It's just crazy, absolutely crazy.
Yeah. Well, it seems to be the way of things because Look what happened to Jack.
Yeah, and I still can't believe that. Like, that's just, it's so upsetting.
So Tino said because he was threatening me, that's why he done it, and they were, but not. They were basically saying if we harboured legionnaires again, they'd smash me in the face with a sledgehammer again.
Yeah. He said that on the radio, actually. Tino did say that he was sticking up for his friends, and I was like, well, that's all well and good, but you stick up for your friends, you then don't throw your armband off and say you're joining Harry Churches.
Yeah.
It's just nonsensical. And I said this to Sam yesterday. I totally understand it's not nice being pushed about by the clowns, and I totally empathise. But I know personally, I've said to you guys, if we're going to the Lollipop Tower, you put your hand in a hot fire, you get burnt. You know what they're like. You know that they play games. You know that they push you about. And personally, I just won't go there if that's what's going to happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the same, you go to someone's house, they ask you to take your shoes off, you take them off. You're going into their walls, that you follow their rules. The same as when someone comes to the embassy, whatever you do outside of these walls is your business. But when you're in here, you follow our rules.
Yeah.
And I would say for the most part, the clowns do that, when they're at the embassy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, they're going to spin it however they want to spin it, but I mean, reality is, we need to just figure out what it means to be a woodsman at this. Like, does it mean being an accomplice to the insurgency, or
Hell no.
does it mean what we were before? Yeah, right. I mean, that's where my head's at. I'm hell no for sure. I'm not interested in that. I don't want to be.
You know, and trying to be part of the solution.
And...
and trying to help, you know. Something's obviously happened to Harry, which is causing them, and I don't know the history, so I'm not the right person, but, you know, you can't just go on like this forever. There's got to be the straw that breaks the camel's back, or whatever the saying is, you know, and it's got to come to an end eventually.
Harry, who hurt you?
Yeah, can you imagine?
Really?
Bang! And how does that make you feel?
It comes from losing too many friends, and it comes to Bart being dug up at the dam. All these things have added to him getting more and more bitter. And Bart, like you say, if you don't experience it, you don't have the same emotional attachment, and it's just you can. Is it sympathise but not empathise? Have I got that the right way round?
You know, empathise.
But you know, like me getting handcuffed by him and shot in the face in Pavlovo, I've got quite a strong emotional attachment to that. You know, whereas getting smashed in the face with a sledgehammer again for trying to help somebody else, which I would do the same again, and that is the punishment that you have to take, because
I just can't help but think there's just another part of it that we don't know about that made him go as far as he did when he did. Because, you know, how long ago did these things happen, like the Bart thing?
Over a year ago.
Yeah, right. And then,
well, aside from
just since this storm, has he started all this craziness?
No, he's been shooting at us for a long time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's admitted to shooting us from the hill, probably a year and a half now.
But when he was a Firefly, or you're talking about?
No, when he was never a Firefly when I knew him or heard of him.
Okay,
he had left.
Or the thing is, he's
one of the two.
Sorry, Sam.
Aside from all that, is that you know, you have to think about what you're gonna do right now. Like you can dwell on the past and think about like your churches and yada 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 and whatever happened back there. What are you gonna do now? That's the bigger question in my eyes. Like, are you gonna wait until Gideon and Jack walk up to you guys? I'm gonna take the lead. You know, go up to the embassy yourself. You know, have a serious discussion about, you know, about your own future. Because that's essentially where you're gonna discuss. I think.
I think what's difficult is...
Where are you standing? Where's your home going to be?
Rusty, you obviously know more, but it came to fisticuffs last time you tried to talk, didn't it?
Well, it's more when what snapped me was when we spoke about the clowns and say the group didn't do anything then, and he turned around and said it was me to sort it out. Well, that's not a group's mentality. You know, and in hindsight, I'm glad nothing happened. At the time, I was extremely frustrated that when Worm turned up like 2 days later, everybody was laughing and joking with him, and I said nothing. And I said something after he'd left. I said, "So you're all okay with what happened?" And he said it then. Well, it's for you to sort out. We thought you were going to do something.
Oh, fucking hell!
He's been abducted. He's getting probed.
It's that fucking Harry. It's that Harry again.
But. And that's the reason it broke into fisticuffs, is that as a group, you would like to think it wouldn't be just me to do something about. But they welcomed him with open arms. But in hindsight, that's what we do. We don't go running and gunning. You know, I was frustrated. Oh, that was a quick probing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, are you okay? Are you able to walk?
Yeah.
What do you need?
Yeah, just got a little.
I thought it was Gideon 2.0.
Right.
Oh, that looks a bit of a train wreck there. They might have used a mega probe. But hindsight, I'm glad nothing did happen. But at the time, yes, I was. And if that was now, that'd probably be a different thing, because I was that, I got mistreated by trying to do the right thing, which I would do again, which I did do, for them. But they were like, well, we should do it because we're the clowns. But at the time, and that's what, when he said it wasn't for, that's for me to sort out. And that showed me how little at this moment in time he thinks about the group. Because, normally he would say one of my men was this, but it was my problem to sort out. So am I not a woodsman? Or wasn't I a woodsman? So, and if that's the way we're going, that's not how I want to survive.
Exactly.
And that'll only end up with an argument with me. With me and here, that'll only end up with an argument because I disagree with what he's now turned into.
Something magical happened when I fell asleep. The venison steaks reappeared.
Oh.
Pants.
Were you hiding them in your prison pocket?
Yes, that's exactly it.
Hacks. Yeah.
By all means, don't let me sway, if you guys want to go and chat, I'm not going to, though. And that's me being stubborn. But don't,
not really ready to do that yet. I think I don't know. It needs to happen. It needs to happen,
Yeah.
but I think there needs to be some time for me. Anyway.
Yeah, I think it's a bit time, and then
after being at Green Mountain,
building up the evidence to know whether they're lying or not is my thing. Speaking to people and finding out what's actually, because they'll just spin a load of lies if they are working for Harry.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to go with cast iron evidence or corroborated evidence to say, well, that's not true, rather than just opinion.
Yeah, I've seen enough to know that they're working with Harry. I mean, either directly or indirectly.
Yeah.
When Tino says, "Oh, we think you should go back home," well, thanks.
Yeah.
And
Go
if
fuck
that
yourself.
was now, if Sam, like you said that, I'd have no problem. But when you've got, I know you did say that, but with them, for them to tell us to go home, they're obviously in cahoots with them.
There may be a reason for that, though. That's the troubling thing. That there might be something that we don't know. They may have evidence of something. They may have, I've not known Gideon as long as you guys, but
well, he's known them a lot longer. So I don't know, and then it just seems strange. Now, they've got him in a weakened state because Lucas, but he's never been like this, and I don't know him as long as Couch. Again, Couch is who we need to speak to. If Couch is on board with them, then I'm gone. I'm not going to stay. If because Couch at the moment is like the sanest one at the moment. Yeah. But if he agrees, because they've known each other for a long time, then clearly that's the way things have moved. And then I'll.
Well, they're the two founders. It's I wouldn't be surprised if Couch is in lockstep with Gideon on this.
Potentially.
I mean,
through inaction or just through being his friend.
Just through keeping the Woodsman. If that's what the Woodsman.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Now.
Yeah. To keep them together, I'll just nod. Be a yes man. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Or just agree with my friend. And this is the way we're going forward, and that
like it or lump it.
And that's not.
And for us, that's exactly what it is. Like it or lump it, and that's fair. I mean, we can't. I can't argue against that. It's absolutely fair. I'm not going to, overthrow the Woodsman. To say that this is how you're supposed to be, because that's what we're rebelling against. It's really
I think
down to.
If it did come down to that, I think there's a lot more than just us three here that would also think the same.
Well,
yeah,
again,
I think
like it or lump it. I think either way.
Yeah, there's no rash decisions, but again, and also if people have been asleep for a little while, like Couch, he might not be
Yeah.
fully read in, you know,
It'd be
and it's
understood.
unfair.
Yeah, well, that's
like,
certainly
so,
Well, I'm not by no means trying to
letting
create a rebellion. it's something we do need
No,
to think
no.
of. And oh, someone outside.
absolutely.
Hello? I'll come to you in a second.
Fortunately, gentlemen, I might have to.
You
Take a
enjoyed that
nap.
probing too much. That's
Yeah,
what
that's
that
right. I got a taste of the other side, and it's good. Oh.
Well, so is that our new
But,
group then? Is
yeah.
that what it's all about?
yeah.
Pink arm bands all round. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
But like I say, I mean,
We don't
I'm gonna
discriminate.
get
That's for
shot.
sure.
Very seriously, like we all do. But I just think if that's the way we are moving,
And then all of a sudden, 4 more people ran out of.
How do you do
ran the
this,
opposite
Rusty?
The
I've never
rodent.
done this before.
The
How do you do it?
rodent. This is Roy.
Oh,
Roy's
it's
here.
great.
Roy's here.
Oh, great.
Shit, is he insane? Let's make a run for it. Out the back.
Yeah.
Or it might be.
To
I
be
don't know
honest,
if it is,
I'm
it
not
might
sure.
Be,
Wait.
big tone. It might be medium tone. I can't.
Oh. They
I'm not
don't
sure.
sound anything alike.
They
When-
sound similar, yeah. If you independently, they sound.
Who's at the door?
Yeah.
How do you fill
I
this,
think it's
Rusty?
Sam from the Sober Collective.
From who?
From Sober Collective.
Rusty?
Oh, okay. It's not Roy.
Are you hearing me now? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How do you fill your
Oh.
How do you fill your pot up?
Fuck off, Russ.
Hello.
Is that tone?
Anyone
Or is that
wants a
laser?
little fire?
What was it? Where's Rusty?
That's Rusty.
He's outside. You filling this up?
That voice never gets old.
Is this tone? That is tone, is it?
Nope. Guess again.
Laser.
Nope. Guess again. I'm getting quite hurt by this at this point. I'll be honest. Bran.
Oh, Brandon. Sorry.
The guy who
Sorry,
used to have the
sorry.
boxing match with
That's
Jeanette.
alright, it's alright, mate. It's alright. It's alright. It's all good.
Oh, just sorry, I'm not with it. I'm really not with it at the moment. There's
All
a
right,
lot
guys.
going
I
on.
gotta go. But
Oh.
Yeah, see you soon, man.
take care. See you guys. Thanks,
Okay.
Sam.
Yep.
Thanks for all your help.
Rusty, sorry. How do you fill this up?
If is it empty?
Nearly empty, not fully.
So look up into the sky. You need to be sky view, and you'll get the option
How do you
to
do this?
collect rain.
Ah, got it. Yeah. Sound. Thank you.
No problem. How are things, Grant? Sorry, I've been. There's a lot been going on. We don't really know what's going on, to be honest. It's one of those things. You, again, independently, you all sound different, but side by side, you're all completely different. But independently, it's difficult sometimes to pick out.
No, I get it. I haven't been in the lands for probably what, like 4 months.
Oh yeah, there's
So
so
it's
much
been a
has
while.
happened. Yeah, so much has happened. Yeah, so much has happened. But how are things? Glad to see you back. You know, it's
Yeah, live. The
That
weather's
is the
a bit
main
shitty,
thing.
but
Oh, Sam, nice cock.
Technically, it's not a
Oh,
cock.
That's it. You choke that cock.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
That too.
yeah. You've extended. You've extended in here, haven't you? I think
Mhm.
quite a lot.
Yeah, we
Does
did.
anybody
We
need a free
extended the
dial as
courtyard.
well? I
We
know they're
I'll
not
tell
very
you-
useful, but
Yeah, it's a lifesaver with the cooking pot. Or cauldron does the same.
It really does.
Yeah, so we probably have to, at this moment in time, I think the clowns are going to be a bit unsympathetic, which I understand. If that's what they're spouting, if they see him running round, so it wasn't, makes me out to be a liar as well. When I was saying I
think
didn't
your
know what
problems-
had happened.
Their problem lied more with the fact that we didn't like run after Jack with our guns out, but I made the point
Well-
that we're kind of in shock,
Well, it
like
happened so
everything
quickly.
happened. Well, it happened,
It
so,
happened so
quickly, but
quickly.
also like we saw our friend gun down like 3 fucking clowns. You know, it's kind of wild. You know, you don't run after him with a gun in your hand. Oh, speaking of guns, sorry, my gun is still here. But yeah.
Yeah, like I say, it happened so quickly, and he was gone in a blink of an eye. It weren't like we stood there having a massive conversation. Literally,
No.
it happened so quickly, and then he was gone.
Yeah. I wish everyone was so understanding about it. I don't know if they are, but I don't think they are.
Well,
They're quite
they
upset.
were. Oh, understandably, because now if he's running around with the armbands on, now he said he was defending me. That wasn't appropriate response. That wasn't. No. Now I will admit it started to get a little bit tense because Worm wasn't backing down because he said if I helped the Legionnaires again, they'd come and visit us again, which wants me to help them even more. But not just them, anybody. Because I'm fed up with people trying to dictate how we survive. And
Yeah.
anything that we've done is to prevent people getting shot from both sides. And I'm not being stubborn. Well, I am, but I'm not being stubborn to the fact that there's no point. If this is the way it's going to go, we're going to randomly be let into people's homes, and then if we don't like what they say, we're going to gun them down. Because, regardless of what has gone on, and they've done more for us than, does that justify what they do? Absolutely not. But does that, does that, in the past, they've given us, when we've got raided, they came down with like nails and 4 dials. We paid them back, but again, that was something that they done.
Yeah, and I get the same. We did the same thing for us, but it's more so I kind of have the problem with the last time I was there. I got on-con 2 times to the fact that I didn't want to be a slave. That's where my problem. That's where my problem. My personal problem lies. I'm not speaking for the group. I'm only speaking for myself. I guess I got rewarded with a fucking and fully loaded AK and another gun without a mag. But how much is that worth if you first threatened my life, on-con me 2 times, only because I didn't want to be your fucking slave? So I don't know how much that friendship is worth.
Well, I was getting to when it started to get a little bit heated about friendship and tolerance are 2 different things, and we're friends with some groups, and the other groups just tolerate us. And Worm was pressing me on which side we're on, You know, and I think it's a mixture of both at the moment. I think they, in their way, they're friends, but in other ways, for the dark part of the carnival, they tolerate humans. You know, the same as we know Blackthorn tolerates, and there's an element of, dare I say, friendship with sometimes, but majority it's tolerance until they get fed up. And that's always been the case, though. It's not a shock. It's not a surprise. You know, same as any of the other groups, you know, like they say DAM and the FL. I would never class them as friends, but there is a tolerance because we, I suppose, respect them when they come past. You know, is that weakness or is it just realism? You know, being concerned about stuff that's going on up north when a lot of, you know, there's some groups, if they see FL in the wild, will shoot them because of stuff that's happened in the past. I understand that, but can I control that? No. So, but all you'll hear is that FL shot so-and-so, so-and-so, and I'm not sticking up for anybody, but were they opened on first? Did they defend themselves? Now, they are capable of doing that, and they do it, but we only hear that part that sensationalizes the action and not states the truth.
Yeah, it's the same when people say like, "Oh, a Woodsman shot 3 clowns."
Yeah.
Nobody talks about
that
the
is
story.
But that now, so I've been up north. I went up to the Honest Coin. They had and Freetown, the Kamensk, and the host over the last couple of days, and just told them what happened. So now, you know, yesterday Jack was running around with an armband on with Gideon, and Gideon obviously is allowing him to wear it. So it does. So the Woodsman have done what they've said. So I basically lied to the host. I've lied to Honest Coin. I've lied to Freetown and Kamensk because I said Jack was trying to join the insurgency, which he was, but now he's running around with an armband on.
Yeah, well, he gave that impression, Gideon. So I don't think you're not at fault with that. I feel like you were lying at the time. It was the truth that you believed.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not sure. I'm not gonna like I say, need to speak to Couch, I think, because if that's the way the group's going, then we say we've got, well, I'm not speaking for anybody else, but I've got 2 choices, and I've always said that in any group, you either go with the flow or you create your own path. They're the 2 choices you always have. There's no point staying somewhere trying to change something if that isn't the direction we're going to go in. And that is that, you've got 2 choices. And, when people leave, like with Jack, well, I thought that was the case. We tend to respect their wishes, not necessarily the reasoning, but their wishes. And when anybody's left, it's never been, well, like some groups get really anti if somebody leaves the group to the point they hunt them down or they're exiled. We've never done that, if somebody chooses to for their own reason, but clearly that's not the case. But more and more, it seems at this, these last few weeks, this is like less of the group than I've, seen for a long, well, ever. The stuff that's going on has never happened before.
I guess only time will tell,
Mm-hmm.
And that's, you guys, do your thing. As you said, you're gonna do your thing. Let us know when you know more, Just take it easy, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. You can only decide for yourself. Everyone can give your opinions, but to say opinions kind of are like assholes. So everyone got one. And it's the same thing about this. You decide what you wanna do. Like you said.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. And like I say, I'm not keen to. At this moment in time, and again, it is being stubborn, but I'm not keen to have any sort of discussion from our last one because the way it went, and it cut a bit when, You know, it wasn't. You know, it happened to me, yes, but it happened to the group because it was a group thing. But it was for me to sort out that cut. That's why I punched him, because you know normally it's like if anybody in the group, you know, we back each other up, and we weren't. I wasn't backed. You know, that statement said I wasn't being backed up for whatever reason. You know, and I don't expect to get people to get gunned down, but that, you know, that cut, that did.
You leaving, Brendan?
You know,
No, I'm just going up here to have a look around.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
but yeah, yeah, it was spicy up by the Honest Coin.
I heard, yeah, Jeanette made his way also to here before you did. I think yesterday or the day before. He was the one who told us you were up north.
Yeah, so when I woke up in Electro, I did bump into Mango in Electro as I was as I woke up, and I did explain, look, I don't know what's gone on. You know, I don't blame you for getting gunned down because of what happened. You know, and I said I'm not going back there for my stuff. I'm going to leave it a bit. You know, but as it is now, you know, it's the Woodsman are still. I don't know. It's quite a predicament. Quite a predicament. And yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know. We're just going to try and do what we do, but again, it might be a case that we're not welcome to if we don't, you know, if we don't toe the line, or sorry, I'm not speaking for anybody else. If I don't toe the line with what they want to do, that's fair enough. Because you know, I've always wanted to help people. I, you know, and we say this many times. I understand what it looks like, and yes, the bad groups get back, but it's just such a singular way of looking at it, you know.
Yeah.
Because those groups are going to do what they do anyway, you know. Even if they starve to death after they leave us because we don't give them anything, when they wake up again, they're going to be just as angry as they were. So we're not, you know, for anything, we're slowing them down if we don't help them, but we're not going to stop them.
God,
But
it's a lot. Definitely something also. It's a lot.
well, you know, again, I've obviously been up trying to like tell people the truth because it was the truth. You know, Gideon's not himself, but
Yeah,
now clearly,
exactly.
But so you know, they've said to Jack, you know, they want him to carry on as the Woodsman and do it, not insurgency. But that tells me that that's not the Woodsman way. If he wants to join them, it's because the Woodsman aren't doing that. You see?
Not your
But
way
they
of
want us.
life.
Yeah, not a way of doing things, or not my way of doing things. You know, you know, and do we treat the freshies that punch us out after we've given them a piece of fish? Do we treat them the same? You know, that's how it goes.
So many questions, Rusty. I don't have answers for you, you know, but there are definitely a lot of questions that you have more answers to. Hopefully within the next couple of days or maybe a week, who knows. So I'm just happy to see you. You know, it was a rough couple of days. I didn't know what happened to you and if you were gonna come back, so I'm glad you're back, and I'm glad you got your stuff back, you know.
Oh no, thank you. Like I say, again, I'm glad they didn't see red, and obviously take us all out. You know, I can fully understand that. What if a clown woke up and saw what had gone on or heard what had gone on? I don't blame him at all. You know, I don't. You know, things happen, just the same as when DREDD shot Worm when he was breaking into the base.
Yeah.
You know,
That
that
makes
was
also sense.
that was sorted out, and you know they could see that. Sorry, I'm just rinsing
Aye, aye.
stuff off.
Talking of worms.
Yeah, I know. Just air. Yeah, I know. I've got I've got the disinfectant out as well, so that's, you know, just in case it does get a bit sweaty in the apocalypse.
Well, I can light up the
But-
fire. There's some firewood here. Something cool.
No, I'm just ringing what I can out, because the usual
Okay.
stuff doesn't like the rain. I've
Oh,
got like
chicken.
the utility jacket on, which gets
Right,
wet.
be right.
Yeah, so like I say, I don't know. I mean, don't let me taint. I've got my own view on this.
No,
don't
you're
let
not.
me taint your view.
No, I'm with you, and it's not because you're saying it. I've got my own eyes and my own ears. Although I wasn't there personally, I've asked a lot of questions of a lot of people who were there or have seen them since, and I'm with you. I joined, the Woodsman to help others. I'm not a fighter. I'm a fisherman, and that's the way it goes. Like, if they turn into something else, then, I had a battle of conscience yesterday, then I'll just go part ways and do my own thing, or find another group that I can help.
Yeah. Yeah, like I say, we'll see. I mean, we'll probably talk to them at some point, but it's too soon because I'm so confused on what went on. So, and like I say, he said he was threatening me. Yeah, he was, but not. It was like, if you help the Legionnaires again, the same will happen. And I was having a conversation with him about, so it's all right, And they sounded like very similar to what Mr. Church's, how he tries
Exactly.
to justify things.
That's the whole thing. That's, yeah. And like I said,
so, they were.
Yeah.
Go on, sorry.
Sorry, go on. Sorry, go on.
No, I just said that was nowhere near an appropriate response to what they were saying. That's why I think it's deeper.
Yeah.
Had to have your back. I understand. That seemed like he didn't do it for. When he left, he said something about this is for Harry Churches, or tell. I forget the exact wording, but it was basically, I'm off to join the insurgency.
Yeah.
So that wasn't done for me.
Here's somebody?
Hello?
No, and I totally
wasn't done
agree
for
that.
the Woodsman.
Yeah, and he would have stood his ground and stuck up for his friends, and then being like, own it, and be like, yes, I am a Woodsman. I've stuck up for the Woodsman.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Mm. Oh, you're having hair leg tea.
Wait.
Mm.
No, it's gonna be broth, not.
Oh. Oh.
Although chicken broth probably sounds better. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think if you had that one, you'd be jumping around or you'd be hopping mad.
Probably, yeah. I'm gonna put your thing away real quick. I'll be right back, cause
I haven't got my thing out. I haven't got my thing out. Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's a blaze.
Oh, hello.
I brought some food.
You also.
Right.
So much food.
I think we, ideally, again, I don't want to taint anybody's, because there's always two sides to a story, and they've got their side. I'm not.
Blaze, if you do find a chicken,
If
I need the
Uno
feathers.
wakes up, or Mimi wakes up, or Couch wakes up, there has to be two sides, and that'll just end up being an argument,
Yeah.
Because when you speak to him, he's quite normal, but then you press him and he gets, well, that's all, they've pushed us too far. Why now, though? You know,
Yeah.
when I think it could be a build-up of stuff, but why now? When there's been occasions in the past, like when the Fireflies were, they had their reasons for going against us, and they shot us from the hill. They ambushed us down at the fishing spot, and obviously we ambushed them in Cherno. That's the only time we've ever sort of openly gone against them. But look at where we are now because we didn't carry it on. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not saying we're the best of friends, but we're certainly in a better place than we have been for a long while.
Yeah.
You know, that could be because there's a change of people. You know, it could be something else. But they're, you know,
but it's.
I think they understand that you have to not forgive or forget, but you move forward.
Yeah.
That is, you know, because a lot of them don't agree. I mean, I didn't agree with Bart being dug up, you know, but what is often forgotten is what led it to that point. It wasn't something that, you know, they were harassing us for quite a while. Now, I'm not saying that's necessarily something, you know, you do,
Yeah.
but there'd been a lot that went on before that happened from their side. But again, I never mentioned this just because obviously he was a good friend to Irish and a best friend to Irish and Harry. But there was a lot that went on to get that to happen, and it wasn't like done lightly. You know, was I aware it happened? No. Was I there? No. But I was a woodsman, and again, but so I'll always say I don't agree that it happened. It happened. You know, but what is always forgotten is everything that led up to that. You know, and they can say yes, it was desecration because it was, but you know, there's a lot that went on before that happened, and people react different ways. You know, you don't have to go all guns blazing, but
Yeah.
And I could argue the fact that it was Woodsman territory at the time, and they buried him because it was Fireflies before it was Woodsman's. But so that there's loads of things you can argue the toss about, but it doesn't change the fact that somebody got dug up.
Yeah.
That doesn't change the fact, but it sometimes gives a bit more context to it wasn't just as they say, you know, it was contested ground, and they laid him to rest because, you know, and it was just that, well, it's our land before it was your land sort of thing, or it was never physically there. It was just close to where they were, but that doesn't solve anything. So you move forward.
Yeah.
You know, you don't forgive, you don't forget, you just move forward.
And it's not really honouring someone's memory by then just turning into a tyrant, you know? Like, I'm sure that's not how they want to be remembered. But you were saying before about, you know, not following, you know, just what you're saying. But it's just in my blood, like yesterday or the day before when I was up north when Commence was under attack. And I got that guy all in black in my crosshairs, and I just couldn't shoot, you know? Was he part of the problem? Was he a good guy? I don't know. I can't judge. So I didn't take the shot. And the FL guys who were there went fucking ballistic. When they heard I didn't take the shot, and I was like, look, that's not who I am. Like, you know, you guys are the shooters. You should have fucking seen him.
Well, but you're right, though. That's normally what we do. You know, we don't, normally what we don't do, because you don't know if they was involved. That could have been one of them. You don't know that. Yep. And that's why most of the time we'll tend to get shot before we shoot, because we think. Now, in some circumstances, you don't. Like if there's a bag head, but when it's not as clear cut as that. And I said to you up in the Honest Coin exactly that. You know, we get shot from the hill. 3 minutes later, the shooters could be down there getting fish off us because we just don't know. We don't randomly shoot into the hills unless we've got a positive identification.
And trying to see the good in people, you know, like...
It's in DayZ, like one town over to the west.
And we might be, you know, people might think we're mugs or whatever, but that's just who we are. It's in my blood, you know? It's just like...
Yeah, exactly. And if, you know, what attracted me was the fact that, you know, and I always say myself, there is no such thing. And Gideon did say, there's no such thing as neutral. There isn't. You cannot be neutral. You can try the best you can, though, because neutral is, you know, letting bagheads shoot people at the well and not doing anything. you know, neutral is cowering in a corner, not getting involved. But if we get shot at, we'll return fire. You know,
You can be neutral and have
so-
morals.
yeah, but like true
Sorry, guys.
neutral.
Real quick. Fishy, Blaze and I have to go. Would you mind staying here with the rest of the guys?
Or you
we
can
can,
go-
we,
we can
yeah,
go.
we can go. We can go.
We can
We're just
head out.
chatting between ourselves, so yeah, we can go.
Oh, okay. Brandon's probably taking a nap out of. Wanna come with Brandon?
No, sorry, I was in my own universe.
Sorry, Rusty
Sorry,
put you to
guys, didn't
sleep.
wanna cut
He
it
has a
short.
habit of that.
Mhm.
No,
What's
sorry,
going
we
on?
had somewhere to go.
Yeah, yeah,
unfortunately.
sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
no problem.
So, yeah.
Say hello to the insurgents for me. Nah, joke.
No, but see
Cheers,
you
thanks for your
around. Okay, be safe,
hospitality.
okay,
Yeah,
guys?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to
Yes,
say
of
that
course.
sorry about what happened with Jack and all. Because I know that losing somebody like that might be worse than seeing them die. So
Well, it's difficult to know if we've lost him, you know,
Yeah.
but it's so confusing at the moment.
yeah. Well, stay safe out there.
Cheers, man. Yeah,
Yes,
keep safe.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, catch it. Yeah, catch you all later. Thank you.
Yes.
So, did you try and get in before and they wouldn't let you in?
Where?
Yes.
The base
The Helping Hand?
or here? No, they weren't. They weren't awake. They weren't, or they were.
Ah,
they were
right.
doing something.
I thought, was that because
So I-
Gideon and Jack were in there?
No. They me and Monk were in there because I normally just say a quick hello, and then I disappear.
Yeah.
But like I say, I'm not. Again, I'm just so confused at the moment. That if he, you know, for that to be spun like he was defending me when he
Yeah.
said I'm leaving for the insurgents, that makes sense. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. The problem is, like, I had a lot of time for Jack, and I know he was in before I was, but he felt like a fellow newbie, if you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
he was the one before me, I think. Oh, maybe it's Mimi, but Mimi's not been around, and we sort of bonded quite well. Now I know Jack is a bit of a fighter, though.
Yeah.
He does like a bit
You
of
definitely want him
PvP.
on your side.
Yeah. I can't tell where he's coming from and why he's done it. With Gideon, you can sort of excuse him to some degree because you don't know what's going on. But with Jack, I struggle a bit more, and
I just don't
you
know
know,
if
I hope it could be that we're not in the loop, and that something more's going on that we're not privy to.
possibly.
But even if that is the case,
But
it's not really how
I
I'd like to
don't-
operate. Like,
No, they're not. You know, I don't blame them for not trusting him because they could think it's a trap. I think Tino said that, and he was trying to get the gist of what happened. And
sorry, who could think it's a trap?
Tino was saying that they think it's obviously he's trying to. And I said, well, it didn't look like it to me, and because he said, oh, they shot. And again,
Ah, right,
yeah,
okay.
they
So
did shoot.
even the insurgents are a bit wary on their intentions.
of course they are. Well, yeah, but because they, you know, and that's why I think they want. If he feels that strongly about it, he doesn't need to join them.
Yeah.
You know, but like I say, I don't know.
And if they are playing funny buggers, they're playing a dangerous game. They could quite easily implode.
Well, so now I won't be surprised now if the clowns
Yeah. So yeah,
aren't our fate. You know, aren't.
you might
yeah,
get rid of Harry and
exactly
then
that.
make an enemy of the fucking clowns.
Well, the way it looks, we have, because
Yeah. But I thought someone said that when you got shot, that worm was still alive and recognised that it wasn't you.
well, I was talking to him.
Oh, right,
I was
okay.
talking to him beforehand. I said, look, I don't know what's gone on. Because he woke up and went, that was a bit ballsy. But they might have said, why didn't you chase after him? Well, we were in shock. I didn't know what had gone on. I didn't believe my eyes.
The problem is trust is so easy to break and so hard to rebuild. Like, where do we go from here, you know? And that's the hard part. In time, I suppose, will tell and help heal wounds, but it's like, fucking hell, what else don't we know, you know?
Again, I don't like speculating, but the more I think about it now, and I don't like being rigid in that regard, but as far as I'm concerned, he took his armband off. Yeah. You know, but I'm not the boss. You know, I'm not the boss, and I wouldn't be the boss. You know, but what else are they potentially doing if that's now the path they're on? Again, I am speculating.
We want to go this way. We've come a bit far over here. The hospital's just down here.
Yeah. I was just going to check the epoxy shed over there as well. Do you want to hit the summer camp?
We might as well while we're here.
Yeah. Like I say, I really don't know. Quite a lot of confliction going on, but I think I'm not going to make any rash decisions, but I do think this could be the way they've headed. Groups change direction, but why now? That's the only thing. Why now? Why not when the Fireflies were attacking? Why now? Yeah. There is a little shelter up here. There's a guy got
never seen that.
But yeah, I found epoxy in that shed before.
Oh well.
But we've got nowhere to keep stuff. But the helping hand said if we we can't use that to dump loads of stuff off, but stuff like that, SVD.
Is there anything we need from the embassy?
I'm not taking anything from there. Again, I don't want to start. Again, it's that place that we've got. It's just somewhere where we can put stuff out. Oh,
Blair.
Yeah. Hello.
Oh, he's off.
Just it's probably not worth going through here then. He's got Blaze on his back. The problem with where the piano house is, storage is horrendous.
Right.
But we're not going to keep stuff. But it's not that hard to get the same level of layers that we've got in the embassy right now for the cost of a couple of boxes of nails. It's literally, it's 36, if we do it properly, 36, 72, 122, 172. So about 2.5 boxes of nails, and we've got the same level of security. And there's only one place we can get shot at when we're in there. So for a safe place, Yeah, it's like 2.5 boxes. 7, 14, 21. So say 3 boxes, and we're at the same level of layers. But,
You want to
know,
try the
we haven't
garages
got
on the edge of
storage.
Dubrovka,
Yeah,
whatever it is?
yeah, why not? Yeah,
What's it called? Dubrov? Something like that.
Dubrovka, right? I think it's Dubrovka.
Yeah.
I think, but I'm terrible with the names.
Yeah, I am as well.
Yeah, so we bumped into them up here as we were heading towards the Trailblazers' old place. They come out of the woods behind us, like they've probably seen us leave there. And they said, "Oh, you think you need to go home?" Yeah, Gideon wants to speak to us. Well,
Yeah, I don't
they're
like that.
obviously
Like,
coming past.
they don't call the shots.
It just
Yeah, the insurgents, like, from the very start of this Harry Church's, hassle we've had, I've always been very much, I don't want to follow his narrative. Like, I'll make my own decisions, within reason, with the group's sort of rules and the way we operate. But I'm not just bending a knee and doing what he says. That's not how I play.
So, no, I'll admit again there are elements of truth, but you've got to understand as well. Not that we don't believe what he says, but we haven't been around as long.
Yeah.
So it's like we have to find out for ourselves.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
We're free to make our own
I think
choices.
And like I was talking with Spud yesterday, and I was saying that some of what Harry says isn't bad. Like he's not wrong, maybe, but the problem is it's all political spin. You can't say that and then take food from the starving, rush people away from community groups, and then be like, we want to make a better world. He's just turning into the other groups that he's trying to finish. And that's a tyrant. That's not, a hero or someone trying to make good in the world. He's just as bad as they are.
And it makes you want to do what he's saying we're not doing, because we're getting accused of it. And it's just, now, I'm not saying stuff hasn't happened in the past. It could have.
Yeah.
But that's the same for any group. Any group, and every group has done deals, or they've come to compromises.
Must have been a sale on for trainers, fucking hell.
These are all out. Have you ever found anything in these, as in, apart from leather kits?
I can't remember. Oh, watch your back. Oh, you bastard. That looked
There's
like a
a
box.
3-dial.
Yeah, I'll grab that.
So, I think you can get them in here.
Yeah. From a distance, that lamp looked like a bloody box of nails.
Another 3-dial.
Nice. Did you pick the 3-dial up, or...?
Another 3-dial, yeah. Yeah, and I thought we saw Jonas running through the woods,
All right,
and I
brother.
didn't realise that I wasn't speaking to Monk, and I was like, "There's someone there. There's someone there. There's someone there," and he didn't react. And I realised I wasn't speaking.
Oh shit.
But that's when they bumped into us. Just after. Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Jottis can.
Actually, I'm a bit thirsty. There's some tactical gloves here which are badly damaged. I don't know if you want them. Cream.
No, I haven't got space, and I've got some woolen gloves. You can wring them out. That's why I like. Do you want? I got some woolen gloves that are damaged. If you, I just because you can wring the woolen gloves out.
I didn't know that. Nah, I'm alright.
Yeah,
Cheers. Yeah, I'll just keep these.
I can repair them to worn if you want.
No, it's alright, thanks. Yeah, no, I quite like the tactical gloves. Yeah. It's sort of out of my ghetto.
There are infected down there. Yeah, we sort of bumped into them, I think, along just up from here. We
should we check the police event?
Check if the gas station is...
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Nah, it doesn't look like it.
It's not there. It's not there. I don't know if you heard, again, it's only rumour that the Legionnaires were potentially assisting the
yeah,
as well.
Who did I hear that from? Might it have been Jeanette? Somebody told me.
But it could have been, you know, and in fairness, they have been meeting quite a few groups. I think they've met the clowns, they've met the fireflies, they've met with us. It could have been they just went to them and see where they stood. Been to the gas station people.
To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if the Legionnaires were with them. Or not with them, but they certainly share similar values.
Absolutely. Absolutely, and they'll shoot first and ask questions afterwards, or not even answer the.
Whoa. I ran through here earlier, so I ran across starting to do the containers, and I saw 2 shelters outside Mustache, and I was like, who the fuck's building here?
Yeah.
Anyway, I was like, oh, I can't be arsed to do the rest of the containers. So I'll run up to Moggy, see if anyone's there. And the amount of zombies down here, I was like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, that can sometimes mean people are around. Yeah, so me and Monk, I bumped into Monk. I saw him looting. And like I say, depends how things go. This is just an idea of trying to cheaply make something a bit safer.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, I just think, yeah, I'm not, you know, and I said it to you, I'm not trying to sway anybody. They can make their own minds up on what they believe.
Yeah.
You know, I'll only tell it, if they ask me, I'll tell them my side of the truth. But I'm not going to say anything more than that.
Yeah.
But
I really stand by that, you know, you go to the clowns and if something happens, it happens. Like, we all know that. I'm one of the newest here, and I'm like, that's just the way it is. Like, if you don't want to play games, don't go.
But like I say, he did. But no, he did. It was getting a bit tense because I was like, so if it happens again, so it was getting tense, but it definitely didn't warrant blasting them. It just didn't.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put.
I'm probably going to have to
so the idea,
shoot off for 5, but I will be back. I don't know, are you going to be on for a little bit, or?
not much. I'll be on for a little bit, but
Right.
I'll just show you the plan here.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
So, oh, somebody's stolen the shovel already.
No, I put it in here. To the left.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. Because I wasn't sure who was building. I was going to take it with us. And I thought, fuck, I can't carry it, so I just hid it instead.
I've got the green raincoat. Let me, I'll put that on again. Just because these utility jackets, I think, are quite good for the winter.
Yeah.
Because they don't, it's difficult. They're quite easy, apart from the flashes, it's difficult to tell the difference between them.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, like I say, I mean, and I am being stubborn, but I'm not, you know, I'm not going to go running because they say so. But storage here is horrendous. But you think you put another door here.
Yep.
So if we've got crates or barrels, and again, as long as we don't hoard stuff, they're not going to get much. I don't know if you can put a tent in here. We could get a tent in, but it was very tight. Shelter, sorry, not a tent.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put this in the shelter outside. Yeah, small door here. So that's 50, 100, 136. The another 36, so it's 172 nails. We've got 3 layers. And if you know, if we started to do the doors downstairs, say it's 50 per small door, or you can use so again, it's not much before we've got 4 layers for the, you know, 7, 14, 21, 4 boxes of nails, and we'll have 4 layers. You know, it's not, you know, and if we're not hoarding stuff, and you can keep stuff downstairs, you know, it's just something. But I'll have a little mooch around, I think. But yeah, I'm not gonna. Let's say, but I know we've already said it, but yeah, don't let me like taint what you.
No, you don't need to keep saying it. I've told you, I've made up my own mind,
yeah.
and yeah. If I could show you my notes, I would show you them, and you would understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I'm quite shocked that running around with the armband again.
Yeah. Well, it means something to us, though. Like when I saw you up in Star ER, and when I left, I was like, I should have given Rusty the armband to remind him of where he comes from. But you were.
All it was, I weren't like, yeah, it wasn't like I wasn't I wasn't wearing it. It was the fact that I ran up here
You'd
from
lost it.
Electro,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
ran up there from Electro, and I had it on me when I was up in the clown's place. And if I, I've got 2 on me.
Yep.
And now, because obviously I've got Sam. I've got Jack's one on me. I'm not. I've got one in my inventory from when he took his off.
Ah, right, okay. Rusty, I'm gonna have to shoot. I'll only be like 5 minutes. If you're about, I'll come looking for you. But yeah, I will be back. It'll not be long.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
the gun on us for no absolute fucking reason. I saw what changed. We need to stand up for ourselves. That's it.
When you
I'm not
did that.
joining anyone's crusade. We need to stand up for ourselves. That's it.
What's that?
There's someone?
Oh, there's DREDD. There's DREDD.
Oh, okay.
Here's
Hello, Brad.
Jack.
Right, Jack.
Yes. All I am saying is, remember, just remember that moment when they pulled a gun on us for absolutely no reason.
I'll remember this. I'll remember this.
Remember any detail you want to remember, but don't remember they pulled a gun on us, Rusty.
Did they shoot us
They
though?
screamed, "Run now!" They pulled a
Did they
gun on
shoot
us
us?
and they pointed at you. Yeah, I didn't let them.
Did they shoot us?
I didn't let them. The moment they
Yeah.
pulled the gun, they were all down.
How many times you've been up there and how many times have they shot you? Have you played games with them before where you've won stuff?
Well, I understand the part that I saw the truth. That part, that moment when you understand, you look at them and
So
you
how is that
understand
different to
we are,
any?
we are
How is that
tolerating them
different?
for no reason.
How is that? Well, we're in their home. You know, when you got to Green Mountain, there's always a possibility that sort of stuff goes on. Like
Yeah, when
playing
you
the
go to
games.
there and tell them our leader is maybe not okay, and all these things that never happened in the history of Woodsman are happening,
So-
and we try to maybe console them, maybe try to get advice, maybe try to explain what's going on, and then they want to they pull like they are psychopaths. They're a bunch of fucking
So-
psychopaths.
So did the ringmaster not say there'd be no action for the grenade going into Green Mountain, which I think is quite a big thing.
And you trust a word of a clown? Like, I mean, okay,
Well, I
Like-
won a game,
yeah.
and they
Jack, I've got one question for you.
I don't know. But, like,
Where did you get your black ballistic vest and your black hat? Was that from your friends at the Insurgents?
no, this was from the tents, from the embassy. No, I had a helmet he gave me, but it was damaged after the incident, so I threw it away and I put a hat. Rusty gave me the helmet, I meant. It
bit
was
like
in
the
the
one
embassy.
you had on.
Yeah.
Ah, my good old condom helmet.
I say you.
All
you
I'm saying,
I said-
Rusty, is I want you to. I just like if you have any, if I mean anything to you, think about what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not telling you you are
Well,
wrong.
you got me
and
shot.
I'm right.
You got me
What
shot.
I'm telling you
You got me
is
shot.
that
You got me shot.
what are you talking
You
about?
got
They
me
pulled the
shot.
gun. They drew on us, and they said
You-
that they're gonna start shooting.
You got me shot.
Jack, that would
You are
all be well and
delusional.
good if you were sticking up for your friends and you killed the clowns, but then to drop your armband on the floor
They
and
drew
to
the
say
gun
you're
on us
joining
and
the
they said they're
enemy,
gonna start
you're
shooting.
joining. Yeah, but then you threw your armband on the floor and said you were going to join Harry Churches.
We
That's
already
when
had the
that's
same
when it
discussion.
changes. That's when it changes.
I think it's
Yes,
words
I
to
saw
words
the
to the
truth. I
effect.
saw the truth when Gideon was saying, I shot
Whose
them
truth?
because
Whose truth?
what
Mr.
Gideon was
Church's truth.
saying. Gideon is right.
When someone asks,
We cannot
when
tolerate
someone
them.
asks you what happened, tell them that they can find me with Harry Churches. I believe you said. So is it Gideon
I told
say
you,
so
tell
or Harry
them what happened
Churches?
here. Tell them what happened here. You can find me with Harry Churches. I said yes.
Yeah. So you went to join them. So
Yes,
it wasn't Gideon.
went-
It's Harry
No,
Churches.
the reason you are twisting my words. I told you
No.
when they drew the gun on us, I think that Gideon was right.
Mhm.
And then I gunned
That's
them
not what
down.
you said.
And then as I'm
You're
telling
getting
you,
you're getting your story
I'm sorry
twisted.
that I didn't think all the etiquette of the armband of the Woodsman, and
I can't
should
believe you
not
dropped
drop it. Maybe
That
you were
hurts
right.
more than
Maybe
getting
you
shot
were
by
right.
the clowns. That hurts me more than
I
getting
cannot
shot by the
believe that.
clowns.
Yeah, and then I made a run for my life because I knew that everyone will wake up to the war down.
Yeah, and I got gunned down.
Let's step back a second. Hang on.
They were gonna gun us down in the next.
Well, it
2
happened
seconds.
anyway.
They didn't kill Sam.
In the next 2 seconds, they were gonna gun us down. What? What did you say? Right?
They didn't kill Sam.
No.
They let her go even after everything that went down. For all they know, she was an accomplice. But what I don't understand for myself is, you know, yes, fair enough. I know Rusty is saying about the armband, and yes, it means a lot to people. But more that you said you were going to join Harry Churches, and now you're here with an armband on, in black. Are you Harry Churches? Insurgency? Are you?
No, I told you this. I had this vest way before.
But well, okay. Are you Woodsman? Are you not
It has nothing
Woodsman?
to do with
Are you only saying you're
No,
a
I'm a
Woodsman,
Woodsman,
but secretly you're an insurgent?
Well,
Like,
I am
and
a
that's the
Woodsman.
problem.
We
The
should
trust is
talk-
broken.
They literally drew a gun on us, and I shut them down. And the trust between us is broken, but not between you and the clowns.
Right. Okay.
Well,
so
Dredge
the
shot-
way I've
Dred
explained
shot
it,
Worm when he was breaking in.
you stick your hand in a hot fire, and you get burnt. What did you expect? We all know when you go to the Lollipop Tower that they fuck about, they play games. You might die. You might lose stuff. If you don't want that to happen,
You don't
Don't
understand.
go.
I don't think you understand. This wasn't a game. They said they're gonna start.
no, but
blasting.
everything's a game with the clowns.
Run
It's
for your
it's
life.
their house. It's their rules. When you go to someone's house and they say we don't wear shoes in our house, you take your shoes off. It's polite.
Yeah,
That's
then
their
we
rules.
were-
Just
then
as
we were
much. Well, let me
completely wrong in
speak.
our
Let me
stance
speak.
then.
Let me speak. Just as much as when they come to our house and they come to the embassy, they have to respect our rules. Otherwise, they'll be told to leave, and if they don't leave, they'll get shot. Like that's happened with people before.
They will respect. Again, we are talking about
Not now.
what?
Not now. I don't blame them.
Oh,
the
no,
the
I'm
Woodsman
not-
have just gone down three after
no,
we got
I'm not.
invited in.
Yeah. This I
After we
understand,
got
yeah.
invited in,
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that our whole stance was wrong then. Then we were standing for the wrong
why now?
thing.
Why now? So I've been a
Why?
Woodsman for like a year and a half, nearly a year and 3/4. Why now?
Jack, this doesn't
Well,
make sense. It doesn't. Nothing adds up.
Gideon literally told us that the same day that these are psychopaths and you cannot be friend with them. You cannot
So-
tolerate them even.
If you shot them,
And then we went there and I saw it with my own eyes.
yeah, but if you shot them and then walked away as a woodsman, then the conversation might be very different. The fact that you've then said you're
But-
going to join Harry Churches, either they've told you to fuck off and you're not joining, or they've let you join and they've let you come back to the woodsman,
What?
is like an inside man. That's the trust issue, not the
But
fact
do
that
you
you shot the
understand
clowns.
that I am not in a telekinetic communication with Gideon. Meanwhile, I just chased Gideon. I came here. I don't know what's going on, but I know where I want to stand now. So I gunned them down.
Well, the
and I
funny
was
story
telling you, Rusty,
is,
for the fourth time, I'm repeating for the fourth time. It might be a bad idea to drop my armband, but at that time, I felt like
Might
let
be
me
a
let
bad
me in on a
idea.
little secret. Let me let you in on a little secret. Yesterday, I was on a radio conversation with Tino from the Insurgents, and I pressed his buttons,
Okay.
and I kept pressing, and he absolutely lost it. And his exact words were, or along the lines, I can't remember verbatim, were, yes, Jack came to us and tried to join, and we told him we can work together, but your time in the
yeah,
Woodsman
perfect.
is only just beginning. To me, that tells me that they've told you to go back to the Woodsman and we'll let you know when we need you to do something on our behalf.
Well, if I could have continued what happened after I left the Green Mountain, I was going to tell you the exactly same scenario because I just told them I contacted them and I went to them. But then we sidetracked into this conversation. There is more to it that I would like to share as well regarding what happened after.
Go on, by all means.
Because I dropped my armband and I run away. As I'm telling you again, that or this, I dropped that armband and I left. And I don't know what I am doing because I just tased Gideon and we left the embassy. I don't know what I am doing, but I know where I want to stand. And where I want to stand is not anymore tolerating fucking bunch of psychopaths. That's where I want to stand. Whether it will be here or there. Oh, sorry, my muscles. Either it will be here or there. And then, when I talked to them, they told me, go talk Gideon. He will understand. He sees the same. Everything he sees everything the same way you described. I went to him and I talked to him. It was quite difficult as I just tased him in the morning.
So you didn't talk to Gideon first, you went scurrying to the insurgency.
Yes, exactly, that's what I did, because I was not sure if Gideon wants to talk to me. But I know where I want to stand. That's what matters to me. Where I want to stand is not anymore kneeling down every time they fucking ask for something.
Well, it's just a conversation in our head. Sorry. Go on, sorry.
Let's go upstairs. Let's go upstairs. It's just a little bit with quiet voices, just in case. You never know, somebody could be outside listening.
So the problem I have is that when I spoke to Tino and he lost his blob on the radio, he made it quite clear that he told you to go back and speak with Gideon, and he made it quite clear to me that this will be the new way of the Woodsman now that Jack and Gideon are on their side,
are on board.
and that on board, and that I have to make a decision to either follow them, or, you know, do I then leave the Woodsman because it no longer stands for what I stand for? It's pretty much what he was saying.
Not able to answer this question, right? Because Gideon is the leader of this group, and right now Gideon is in the same alignment that I am in, and therefore I'm standing with him, which I am happy for, because he's my brother, and if we see the road the same way, I'm happy for it. And if you're telling me that what happens if you're not aligned, this is not my decision, it's not my spot. I only made one decision, that I will not stand and kneel before them, even if it brings death.
No, you drop your armband and scurry off.
Pain. So, for the future references of what is going to happen, is I'm not the answer. It will be Gideon or Couch.
No, I understand that. It's just that Tino seems to know a lot about what was going on and the reasons.
Maybe he knows something I don't know. I cannot answer for him. Or what?
As in, Gideon's in his pocket, which is why he sent you to see Gideon, and why he wants us to go and see Gideon. Or also you, because I didn't see Tino.
Gideon, and I don't know where. What do I? Wait. Can you repeat the last part? I kind of.
Yeah. So, as in, Tino wanted you to speak to Gideon because Gideon is in the insurgents' pockets, and that Rusty bumped into Tino earlier and wanted him to do exactly the same. From what I understand, is that right?
What?
Go and speak to Gideon.
Yeah, we got told by Tina. We bumped into Harry and Tina up in the hills, me and Monk, and they said, "Oh, we should go back because Gideon wants to speak to us." Now, I find it difficult. You talk about the clowns being psychopaths. Now, like again, and my response to that is they probably are at times, but they are the Dark Carnival. I'm not saying that's right, that's just who they are. But the other psychopaths, your new friends, have shot us more times than they ever have, and now they're telling us to go and speak to Gideon. What the hell's happened? What the hell has happened? You know,
I
you
would
talk about
also
psychopaths.
encourage to go to Gideon, to be honest. I'm not sure if the argument is to go to Gideon or...
If this is it's not an argument, it's a discussion. If this is the flavour of it, though, I'm not interested. I'm not interested because we're moving away from, you know, why now? You know, why now?
But yeah, I wish it was earlier, yes. I am on the same page with you. I wish it was earlier. I wish I could see the truth earlier. I wish I could see that there is another way earlier.
I will...
I can only admit that I was wrong.
I will... so, we need to start sticking up for ourselves more. Agreed? Agreed? We need to start sticking up for ourselves more?
Yeah, that's what the decision we made.
So does that include your new friends then? Does that include against your new friends? Have we forgotten all the times they've shot us? So are we going to stand up for them, or are they our new friends now, our new besties, our BFFs? So does that include them? So you go on about the clowns, and I counter that with the insurgency has done far more than they ever have. So does that include them? Just because they're not shooting at us now won't mean they won't in the future. Does that include them? The group that you wanted to join and you dropped your armband for, does that include them?
I think you are still trying to ask me where do I stand.
No.
Yes, I stand with everyone who will not stand for.
So you've forgotten.
What the fuck are? What?
So you've
what?
forgotten.
No, I didn't forgotten. I didn't forgotten. And they were trying.
But you're in
to
bed with
deliver
them
a
now.
message.
But you're in bed with
They
them
were
now. So
trying-
you've forgotten, conveniently, everything that they've done against us as a group and as individuals, and you're going about the clowns that have not done anywhere near what they have done in the last few months. But they're fine now, because you're having conversations with them and agreeing with what they believe in. Where does that logic come into it?
Yeah, but what
Please
BTG
tell me.
did to me? What BTG did to me?
Mm-hmm. We're not
Why
going
did I
about BTG. We're going on about your new friends. So we have to stick up for ourselves more. Why aren't we doing it against the Legion, the insurgency, when they've shot at us more times than any of these groups have ever?
Okay,
Please
tell
explain.
me one thing. The exact same message that you are asking me, I'm asking you back then. Are you going to
No.
stand up for
This
yourself
isn't about
when
me.
the clowns are gonna
This is-
come
no.
and tell you cannot do that and this, or they're gonna shoot you between the eyes as just they did it? So they told you an if scenario. If you don't do this, this will happen.
You're deflecting.
So I would
You're
rather
deflecting.
target
Please,
clowns
please.
and stand with Harry Churches then.
Yeah. So you're forgetting everything that they've done to us as a group.
No,
Because it
I
benefits
didn't say that.
now.
I am forgetting. I'm
So
telling
how
you that
can you side
they
with
were
them
right.
after they've shot Uno, Mimi, me, Monk, you, Gideon, several times? The clowns have never shot us. So where's your logic there? That's what just tell me. So we need to stick up for ourselves. So why aren't you sticking up for ourselves with the? You've gone up and met them and had conversations with them since. So why aren't you sticking up for us after they've done all that shooting? They've made our life a misery, this storm. And you're forgetting that because you're focusing on the clowns and the other groups. What about them? We've all agreed that they're as bad, if not worse than them. So why aren't we sticking up for ourselves with them then? Why are we in bed with them now?
What do they want? What clowns want and what do they want?
No.
If I need to make a decision between one of them, yes, I am choosing Harry Churches over clowns. If this is the question.
What? So who
yes.
shot us
Even
multiple
though-
times?
As I just said it, yes. If I have to make a decision between the clowns, BTG, and them and all the fucking psychopaths in this land, yes, I will try to stand. I'm not saying it's white and black. Probably there is no clear borders that one is right, other is wrong. But I believe where I stand is the correct place.
That's interesting. And I take it Gideon's on the same vein. So I don't think there's really any point in speaking because, again, you've answered my question there. You'll stand with a group that's actively targeted us against other groups that, yes, they are chaotic, psychotic, but they have not done any of those groups, and you know yourself, has not done anywhere near the amount of stuff. Now, they might do it to other people. I'm not denying that. But they have not done anything near than the insurgency has done to us. The amount of ammo we've lost, the guns we've lost, the time we've lost. But you're content to side with them over groups that we know are chaotic, but they have not done anywhere near. Doesn't come close. Like I say, I've not been coasted by a clown until the other day when you gunned down 3 of them. I've been coasted by the insurgency quite often. I can't understand your logic. I can't see how you. I can see where you're going, but I cannot
I will
believe
tell you why
one.
Logic.
Go on.
Because I know where I want to go. I know what kind of world I want to live in, and I know what I want to fight for. That is the difference. Not.
So why
they
not?
didn't shoot me, so I should tolerate bunch of psychopaths. No. I don't want.
I would
But Harry
tolerate.
Churches is a psychopath.
You can. Yeah, you can tell your new friends this from me. I'll tolerate the psychopaths that don't shoot at me against the psychopaths that shoot at me for trying to hand out fish. How about that?
I am pretty sure they inflicted more pain and death to this world, and I believe...
okay, we agree. We agree on that. But I'm talking about me and the group. They have not inflicted that on us.
Yes,
whereas
I am talking
your new
about
friends...
a little bit from a higher position here. I'm not talking about what I experienced.
You can speculate and...
They are to this world. What they are to this world.
Yeah. How many times have the clowns? How many times have the clowns coasted you? Just out of interest.
Just 2 days ago, they tied up someone against the...
No. You yourself.
And then they
you're
no, I'm
you're
telling
taking
you, I'm
the
not
moral
talking
high
about
ground.
from my experience. Yes, I'm not talking about my
but we know
experience.
because you've got this big theory on where you need to be. I appreciate that and I respect that. But how many times have the clowns coasted you?
Again,
how many times?
I am telling you, 2 times at least. At least I can remember.
2 times at least. Well, you gunned down 3 of them, so you're one ahead of them.
This is not what I am doing, Rusty. It's not like who costed me more time, who shot me more time, so this is my enemy. This is not how I want to make my decision. I want to make a decision based on the fact that what I believe is to be right, what I believe is to be wrong, and I believe.
I think you are sounding very much like the insurgency. You say one thing and mean another. So they drew their guns on us. That happens. They were threatening us. That happens. I wasn't particularly happy with that, but that level of escalation is not Woodsman-like. It's as simple as that. So when you dropped your armband, it wasn't surprising when I thought about it. But then to see you now run around as a Woodsman, so now, again, I've been up north trying to smooth over stuff in the last couple of days, saying that Gideon's not himself and Jack has run off to join the insurgency because that's what was said. Now I've been made out to be a liar because you're still a Woodsman and Gideon's on your side. So I'm quite confused at the moment. Well, I tried
to catch you, but I just couldn't find you. I was looking for you. I was on the radio, so I can talk to you earlier, but I just couldn't catch you.
That's an insurgency trick. I'm not anybody's bitch on the radio.
So I can talk to you. I can tell you my opinions. So this, for example, misunderstanding that where you had to do this conversation with other people wouldn't happen. That's what I'm saying.
But no, but you did go to try and join them. That's what we've ascertained that you went.
Well, maybe he's not tried. You did join them, for all we know.
Yeah.
I am with Gideon, and
yeah, but Gideon's not well, and Gideon. We know Gideon is hiding.
Sure Gideon is himself, and I don't think he's been ever.
How long have you known Gideon? How long have you known Gideon?
Well, I believe long enough.
That's all that counts then, because this is not the Gideon I know, and I don't like saying, oh, I've been here longer, but I've known him for about 1.5 years now, and this isn't Gideon. This isn't Gideon. So whatever they've done to him, whatever they've got over him, whatever they've convinced you, like I say, I'm not sure. Couch, I don't know if Couch has been around. He'll,
talk to him.
Well, I'll tell you this now, and this is speaking for myself. If Couch is on Gideon's side as well, I'm gone. As simple as that.
Rusty, you should talk these things with Gideon.
I don't need to
talk about what I like, what happened to me and what I feel, but I cannot talk for this, right?
No, I understand that, but if you two are together, that means you think the same things, you believe the same things. And if he think gunning down 3 clowns in their house, regardless of whether they were going to shoot us or not, I got coasted regardless. So whatever you tried to achieve, you got away. So well done. So congratulations on that. You dropped your armband and scurried off like a little rat to go and join the insurgency, probably with Roy in his little nest. And I got coasted anyway. So now we've got the clowns against us. So Mr. Churches has succeeded in that. The clowns are against us. We didn't even have to do anything because you gunned 3 down and Gideon threw a grenade in. So that's one off the list. So when are you going to start attacking the helping hands then? Because they're on that list, aren't they?
No, I will not attack them. I'm not.
But aren't they a bad group in your new friend's eyes?
No, not in my eyes.
Oh, so that's all right then. So if it's not in your eyes, that's fine.
Yeah, I believe what is right to. And I will talk to Mufasa. I'll try to explain him as I try to explain it to you. I hope you will see the truth one day that these psychopaths, we cannot tolerate them. We cannot communicate.
I just find that the term psychopaths, when more harm has been dealt to us, I'm not talking about other people, this is when it's the group's issue, not individuals or the land, but this group, or more has been done by your friends psychopaths than the clowns have ever done. That's where I can't see the logic. If they were coasting us on a regular basis, I could see it, but yesterday or the other day was the only time I think I've been coasted by the clowns. Regardless, you know, and then you call your new friends.
I don't have anything else. I don't have anything else that I can add to this conversation that will make any meaningful.
No, I do agree.
From my point
I
of
agree.
view, you are my friends, and doesn't matter what you choose. You will be always my friends if you want to.
If you find a funny way in showing it.
Well, you understand that my internal motivation is that they're gonna shoot at us and I kill them, right? This is my internal motivation that happened at that moment.
Shoot before getting shot, yeah. Are you going to start doing that with freshies as they come? If you feel threatened, are you just going to gun them down?
No, if they throw a gun on me, I will shoot anyone. That's simple as that. You throw on me, that's it. Doesn't matter if it brings death or destruction.
Yeah.
Stay safe, guys.
Yeah. Are you not going to drop your armband and scurry off again?
Why don't you join FL? Just as bad.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if he's been brainwashed or, you know, they might have had their guns out. I can't quite remember, but it happened so fast. But, you know, again, I'm not justifying it, but you know what they're like. I'm not saying it makes it good, but like you say, you don't go up there. Simple as that, because you know what can happen. You can't go up there and be all surprised, you know. And that's what we tell people.
That he
they go
dropped
up
his
there.
armband and said he was going to join them. Like it's not the act of shooting them, because he could have a defense for that. That he thought that you were going to die, so he fought first. It's the fact that he then said he was going to leave, join Harry Church's, and then all of a sudden it's back as if nothing happened.
Yep. And now we're
in that conversation that I had with Tino yesterday, when he proper because I interrupted his conversation with the Fireflies, it really pissed him off when I told the Fireflies how it really went down, and he flipped his lid, and it all just came out that well, he did message, and you know, we talked, and we told him his time in the Woodsman is only just beginning. You know, what does that say to you?
They want puppets, don't they?
Yeah.
They want puppets.
Yeah.
Dance, little Jackie, dance.
Yeah. Which is sad. I've got a lot of time for Jack, and you know, we were brothers in arms type thing, but I don't know, it's just I don't see a way forward in it, really. I think we do have to find out what Couch's feelings are on it.
Yeah, because I don't think I just don't think it's going. Again, I'm not going to lose my temper, but again, this thing about the dogs outside, I'll protect us anyway. Yeah. This thing about the psychopaths, and that's what I'm not getting. You know, I'm not saying it's all right, but again, you're coming down to where groups can. What was I saying? Sorry, I got distracted. I thought I heard zombie.
Yeah, I'm just going to put this in my hand just in case.
Yeah.
There's no harm.
But yeah, but this comes down to groups B and how they are, you know, and I'm not agreeing with how they are, because I was, you know, talking to Worm about tolerance and friendship being two completely different things, and he said to me, "What side do you see us on?" You know, and I was bordering on, for the most part, tolerance, because it's true.
Yeah.
You know, but there's a dog just squealed.
Yeah.
Should we hit Glass Factory?
If we run out, though, we might...
They're over there, aren't they? Somebody's meleeing them, I think.
Yeah. Might just be a freshie.
Unless it's suppressed.
I must say that. It's just my suspicious mind, but he kept walking to the window. You could hear the dogs, so that he started eating lots of food. He might have just been hungry, but was he making a noise because he knew there was someone outside who needed to kill the dogs? And when they couldn't, he's left.
No. Yeah, not.
And that's a problem. That's the problem. You know, it's.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't trust him, that's a problem.
And I definitely heard him saying about you'll find him with Harry Churches, and that's where I. You know, and again, I don't know. I mean, it's just not the way we do stuff as normally individuals. Yes, he can say he was sticking up for me, but then to say, you know,
it's bullshit. It's a typical Harry Church's political spin.
Yeah.
You know, we need to rid the lands of all these bad people, but I'm a bad person myself.
Yeah. But yeah, like I say, I'm not. Like I said to you, I'm not trying to convince anybody. They can have a conversation. If that's what they believe, that's what they believe. But they need to have both sides of the story, and
yeah,
it just, to me, it just doesn't wash with the response. Yes, again, the shooty groups react like that. They'll shoot before they get shot, and we're not a shooty group.
Yeah.
Now, in some cases, you know, we perhaps should be, but it has to be controlled. Because I won't be surprised if we get raided now.
As in the embassy.
Is that footsteps?
My sound's glitched, I can't tell. It's on permanent, like, noise mode, so I can't hear.
Oh, right. Sorry, what were we saying?
You think the embassy's going to get raided, or you said you think we are going to get raided?
I think the embassy will, yeah, well, the clowns, basically, when they find out that Jack's still a woodsman, it's a woodsman problem.
Yeah.
And
to be honest, if it gets that, we need to find out what Couch's stance is, but if we start dying in the name of Jack, I'll take the armband off myself.
Yeah. And you, in this instance, you can't blame them. And I hate being like the logical one, but the woodsmen have now blown them up and gunned down 3 of them, regardless of detail. You know, and he didn't answer the point about. So does that count for the insurgents?
Yeah.
He skirted around it.
Well,
when it should be, yeah, we'll stick up for them.
Do you reckon someone's a good enough throw to get a grenade through those windows?
Probably. Yeah, probably.
I think
If,
just time
yeah, if
will
it's going to be
tell.
the same sort, yeah, it will. But this isn't. This isn't. I don't know. We're again, and all this is so un-Woodsman-like.
Yeah.
You know, we're not filled up in these shelters. We're not. You know.
Yeah. Well, I'm. I don't know if
Should
you
we
know, but I'm making a chronicle of it so that history will be known.
Yeah. Again, like I say, I can't remember exactly what happened, but yeah, they were. And I'm not shaking it off, but they do sometimes said, right, we've had enough of you humans, right, get out, and they start shooting around you.
I've been there when they've done
That's
it.
happened many times.
It happened
Yeah,
at
that's happened many
Gary's
times.
funeral. It happened a couple of times.
Yeah.
There's yeah. Just
Yeah, I'm gonna
It's
probably
oh, sorry. go on.
I'll probably hit the glass factory. I think.
Right. Okay. What I was going to say is,
I think I can hear
whilst
footsteps. No. Sorry, carry on.
yeah, no, it's no. Whilst we're separated like this, if you remember, just obviously we don't like using pigeons, either of us.
Mhm.
Can we, if we remember, can we try and be on the radio on the hour?
Yeah.
If we're out and about, so then if one of us is on but we don't realise the other one's on, we can at least try and... Do you know what I mean? Catch up, because I know your times are normally pretty standard, but I can, you know, sometimes early,
Yeah.
sometimes late.
Yeah. Yeah, again, I'm not being stubborn. I just don't think, because the conversation will go very similar to that, because we just don't see eye to eye, and the more we try and argue the fact, the more it's not going to have a, you know, and I can, again, there's elements of truth, but again, so our groups, you know, we're not going to run around the land trying to change everybody. It's just not how we do stuff, how we do business.
And there's no need to have a knee-jerk
But
reaction and make a decision straight away, but we need to be ready for every eventuality. And it's the fact that, you know, we're waiting around here, and it's great, yes, let's start building a community hub here, but if it goes bad, then do you know what I mean? We want to build where we want to be building, if you know what I mean. Like, we don't want to waste our time fucking around with these idiots. If it's going to go that way,
Not,
we might
not
as
if
well
this is the way it's going to go.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
There's
yeah.
so many people.
It's
that
still
aren't
early
around
days, though.
to-
Yeah, and it's still early days.
Yeah. But where does it finish? You know, where does it finish? Because you know, once we've cleared, right, okay, then once we've cleared out the clowns, we've cleared out BTG, what happens then? You know, there'll be another group. There'll be another group. There'll be another group.
And the thing is, even if they're playing stupid buggers and trying to do a double bluff, that will stick with people not to trust the Woodsman. Do you know what I mean?
That's already you know.
Yeah.
You know, and again, the only winners are the insurgents, because we're now in fighting. We're not doing what we used to do or usually do. You know, it's very difficult. Very difficult. They're not just gonna, you know, I'm not saying it's right. This is the thing, but they want us to, you know, like, cast them out. But I'm looking at both sides, because we've always done that. There's always two sides to a story.
Yep.
And again, if you know how the clowns are, so go and change it. You know, if you're that, you know, I know what has happened. He said he was obviously trying to stick up for me, and shot them before he shot me. But did I think that was going to happen? No.
Yeah.
As in, we've been up there enough to know.
Yeah, they just push you, they needle you,
you know,
like, and they don't even
Yeah.
bully because they don't want anything from it. It's just the way they play. That's just the way, like, as in play
Yeah.
with people. You know, like, that's just the
Yeah.
way they are. That's their mentality. They're a different breed. Like, just as much as you run into FL, you think, oh shit, I need to be careful. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? They might
Yeah.
kill me. They might rob me. They might be fine. But you go in with your
Yeah.
eyes open. If you don't want to, you try and get away as quick as you can. And if you get away scot-free, bonus.
You know, there's been times when I think, again, going back now, and this is, you can't keep going back, but Jonas and Gideon were shot. They got caught in the wrong place. Now, I don't know if Gideon got shot by FL or Jonas did. I can't remember. But when they realised who it was, they stopped, patched him up and sent him on his way. Sort of apologised. When, if they were that type, they just gunned them down. You know, the clowns have done it before. They shot me and Gideon in a boot. It was a mistake, and they come and picked me up, gave me another boot.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, so it's difficult when they talk about psychopaths. Yes, they are. They're dark carnival. But again, there's just this. It's black and white for them. There's no grey areas, and there's so many grey areas. It's not straightforward. But I just don't agree with his. Like you say, what he was trying to get across then, he done that for Mr. Churches. That wasn't for me.
Yeah.
You know, so whether he meant to say that and then dropping the armband and scurrying off because he said he knew they'd be chasing him, so he didn't want to get seen. Well, there's no pride in your armband there.
Yeah.
You know, that's just my point of view. Yeah, that's just my point of view. And I feel, you know, we always joke, but the armband gives you superpowers, and he cast that off straight away to try and escape. Well, you haven't done it for us, you know. You might not have been thinking straight, but you thought enough to gun them down.
Yeah, and it's almost that, you know, it would be more forgivable if, see, he knew you guys were in there, and he ran up with no armband on and shot from outside, so you couldn't be identified as a woodsman. We all disagree with that, but it'd be slightly more forgivable than throwing it on the floor and saying, I'm joining Harry Churches.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. And that's what I can remember. And again, and the thing is, am I supposed to be angry at getting shot by him? Well, no, because I understand exactly what it looked like.
Yeah.
Exactly what it looked like.
Yeah.
You know, the woodsmen have just gunned down 3. They don't know I weren't involved. But again, it's the way of the apocalypse. I think it's been gassed up there, hasn't it? Hit as we were here, so that's going to be a thing. I'm just going to put this on my shoulder. I just need to find some wire for that downstairs gate. I put some, and I'll dig that one in, because again, if we find a box,
I had wire, and I put it in the embassy this morning when I left.
There was some in that shelter that we found as well. So yeah, we'll find some. We'll find. It's not, like you say, it's not essential because we might not be here very long.
Yeah.
But again, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Like I say, I'm not going to make any like rash decisions or anything. Like that. But I just don't agree with why it's changing now. What has opened their eyes? You know, they need. You know, if a particular event, they can go back to when the clowns took me. Well, that was bloody 6 months, 8 months ago. I can't remember exactly. That was a long time ago, and I'm glad nothing happened because. You know, that leads down a very dark path. You know, BTG. You know, with the fish, we haven't given them that, and nothing's happened. You know, Now, if we'd have gone up there shooting at them in response, they'd have come down and we'd have been raided by us. You know, it's just a matter of just looking at it differently. It's all a matter of perspective, and when two perspectives are different, they're never gonna meet. Do you need any more Mosin ammo?
Probably not. I still haven't fired a single shot out of it. So
yeah.
I've got a full rifle, however many fits, and then 2 spare.
Oh, do you want 8 more?
If you've got some going spare, like I say, I never really shoot it, so...
I'll drop them on the floor, because I've got 14, and them, so it's too much. Just ultimately, when I get shot, somebody's got less. There's 2 more on the floor there as well.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, just, I don't know what happened. Obviously, Sam gave me some from when I had them on me, so... But I'm the same, I hardly shoot, I just get shot. I did have an AK with 2 30-round mags, but yeah, I think I shall bid you farewell. I'm not sure where the best place is to...
Yeah, I know. Right, well, farewell, man.
Yeah, catch you later.
I'll see you tomorrow if you're about. And if you can try and remember on the
dogs again.
On the hour, that would be handy.
Hang on. Got a suppressed pistol.
I've got one here as well. Well, just save your bullets. You're logging off. Sorry, you're going to sleep.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it here though.
Right. Well, I'll see you in a bit, man. Watch how you go. Keep safe.
Yeah. Catch you later.